What's up, everybody? Today we got a fun one for you. We're going to do some direct comparison. We are going to do the new Tnec skate versus the standard omni. So the Tnec skate, to make it more of a direct comparison, because I skate the omni's anti-rocker, I did break the rules. I put some anti-rockers on the Tnec just because I don't think it'd be fair to skate one skate flat and the other one anti. So we're going to try to compare it that way a little more. And then in the video I will tell you about if anti-rocker works on the Tnec very good or not. But for a flat skating skate, this is probably my favorite that I've tried skating flat. But alright, let's I wanna list out a couple tricks that I do in each skate, and then I'll kind of tell you guys how I feel. So I wanna do just some normal basic tricks, like maybe some soles or some acids, some Mizus. I wanna try to top sole both of these, and I wanna try to do some like cross-let, like some unity, some stuff like that. Just some of the tricks that I'm pretty confident on that I know how to do. And then I'm going to tell you about the things that are similar, things that are different, and kind of what I like and don't like about each one. And then I'll declare the winner of which one I would prefer if I were to skate one full time. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Gosh damn it. This is stupid. I need more left. That wasn't even locked, you dum-dum. You get the point. I've skated both of them. Let's go back to the house and talk about it.
Maybe.
What's up, everybody? So hope you enjoyed some of my clips, me falling down. That was a rough session. I'm really used to my Rossi's fifth elements right now, and getting used to skates can take a minute, and that is why if you have something that works for you, it's better to just stick to one skate for at least a few months at a time. But so let's talk about the standard Omni versus the Tnec 58 skate. And I know sometimes I ramble or I say a lot. So to try to do better, I took some notes like a good studious little boy. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. So to start off, I wanted to talk about some of the similarities. So both skates are very light. They are. Both of them I had to adjust to, especially coming from Fifth Elements, which are like quite a bit heavier than most other skates. I was over jumping stuff, or when I was locking stuff, I was like kind of overdoing it and or putting my weight into it too hard. So they're both very light, which isn't necessarily a good thing or a bad thing, personal preference. You can jump higher in both of them. So that was something I noticed. They both have a good thud. In the footage, the Tnec skate kind of sounds like crap because the anti-rockers, I don't think that frame is made for I know that frame's not made for anti-rockers, but the way that the anti-rockers sit in it, I tightened it all I could, and I could not get the anti-rockers to quit clacking and moving around side to side a little bit. But when you have it flat the way it's intended, the Tnec has a really good thud, and then the standard has like the foam neoprene lining in between the sole plate and boot, and it gives it a really good thud. And for some people, it's not the end of the world, but I like a good solid sounding skate. Like, good solid sounding skate's important. Everyone loves a good thud. Hashtag thud life. Okay, I'll stop. Another similarity they have is both have riveted cuffs, which for me, I think is nice. If a cuff needs to be swapped out, the company needs to redesign it. I think both of the cuffs were pretty good. I think having them riveted on is nice. It's one less thing to worry about. You don't have to worry about it coming loose. Dang, I can't read my own writing. Oh, budget friendly. Both are very budget friendly. I think the complete ready to roll standard skate comes in at about $250 US. The Tnec comes in at $220 US ready to roll. They're both very affordable, and both you get quite a bit for what you're paying for, in my opinion. So, and they're both very friendly for also beginners or people who are more capable, for, like pros. Like both skates have pros that ride them, and anyone in between. Especially if you like the frame of either one specifically or the fit, anyone is going to be able to ride these and be able to do almost all of their tricks in them after maybe a couple days of getting used to them. Both are made kind of out of cheaper plastic. That's probably part of the reason it's so budget friendly. But yes, both of the plastics do feel maybe not as quality as something like Rollerblade or Rossi's. And that's to be expected. This is their first run. I'm sure that they'll redial that in and things will get better over time. Both have great stock liners. I would say the standard stock liner is maybe a little higher quality, but they're both very comfortable. They both fill in the skate appropriately, and they both work well in other skates. So that one's pretty good. And they both slide very fast. So sliding fast is important, especially for big people like me. I can't skate some skates because I'm heavy and I stick way too fast. That's one of the reasons the Fifth Element is my favorite, because I have yet to find a sole plate that will slide as fast and as well as the Fifth Element sole plate. Okay, so that's kind of where all the similarities end. So now let's go ahead and talk about the standard more specifically. So the standard is some of the things I love about the standard that are unique to it is I love the awesome bridge mounting hardware that holds the sole plate and frame on at the same time with the same piece. I think almost all skates should do that. That should just become the new UFS standard to me. And I know people are like, well, Vem has bridge hardware. It's different. The bridge hardware on the standard is more like the adapt bridge hardware, and I like the ideology behind it, and I think it works better. It's just a hot take. But anyways, that's for a whole other thing. And then the sole plate has a juice angle, and the grooves are different than the Tnec grooves. The juice angle is part of the reason it slides so fast, and it helps you kind of lock on. It's really nice. I like that. The plastic is very stiff, and it does break in over time, but it still is probably the stiffest skate I have, which is nice because it offers a lot of support. So like for ski kids that don't care about boot down or topside as much and they just want to hit big jumps or practice like ski style switch ups, like just basically front side and backside swaps and stuff like that, I think the standard would actually be a really great boot to get skier kids investing into rollerblade, to get ski kids to invest in, to use for their cross training for rollerblading, because rollerblading is one of the best cross training tools for skiers, and that is a whole market that rollerblading should be tapping into because we need their dollars, because ski kids are usually pretty well off. They are slightly more quality feeling than the Tnec, in my opinion. Everything seems to be molded together just a little better, a little less wiggly parts, and the way that the cuff sits on the boot and stuff, in my opinion, does make it look and feel just a little more quality. But the standard had more fitment issues for me. I had to do a lot of heat molding and heat gunning and punching stuff out. And yeah, there was more fitment issues from the way they cured in the molds or got taken off the molds too early. I'm not sure what happened. And then on top of that, the sole plates were warped and cambered. So I actually couldn't even skate the standards flat because when I put a flat frame on it, it cambered it so much my middle wheels weren't touching anyway. So it was pointless. So that was kind of a bummer. The standards have bigger negatives and they are more customizable. So they're UFS, so you can switch out your frames and other stuff. And the buckle is removable. So yeah, just a little bit more customizable. And that's kind of all the things that make the standard unique or different from the Tnec. So now the Tnec, which we'll have. So just so y'all know, I know it's a flat frame. I did an anti-rocker to compare it more closely and fairly to the standard. I don't think it would be fair to skate one skate flat and get wheel bite and be jaded at it versus a skate that is anti-rocker that I'm more used to. So to be less biased, I did skate this one anti-rocker, which it worked pretty good. You can definitely tell it's more of a flat frame though. But yeah, so the unique things for the Tnec is it is a riveted sole frame. Sole frame means that the sole plate and frame are one piece. Riveted means it is kind of permanently on there. You can drill it out and put normal hardware in there, but yeah, it's not designed to be removed, at least not right away, unless something breaks. So it's kind of anti-customizable. There's less customizable options. And then as well as that, the buckle it's the same buckle as the standard buckle, but it is riveted. So you can't swap out the buckle without drilling out the rivets. So yeah, this is kind of the anti-customization skate, which is what Duran and Nick Swan were going for. They just want a skate someone can come in and buy and not have to worry about anything and just have it work for them. And I think it's going to be really awesome. Now, I know I said the standard cuff looks and feels a little more quality, but the Tnec the entire skate, but the cuff specifically does flex better. So it makes certain tricks like royales and topsides feel better. And it has a lower ride height. So topsides on the Tnec are really good. But for whatever reason, the groove of that frame, whether it's flat or anti-rocker, Favres are harder in the Tnec for me. I'm not entirely sure. I might just be so used to the fluid foreframe that was on the standards, because that's what I also have on my Rossies that I skate most of the time. But yeah, the Tnec frame is harder to do Favres on. But it does really well on royales, which is weird. I usually can Favre easier than royale, but on the Tnec, royales are easier, Favres are harder. I'll have to investigate that more. The stock wheels on the Tnec were really good. They're super grippy. I'm actually gonna probably pull them off and save them for the winter time when I have to skate indoor parks, because they grip really, really well. Let's see here. And the stock liner is very comfy, but definitely not as high quality. Like the stitching and stuff isn't as nice, and the foam it was made out of isn't as dense as the standard one. But they both fit similar, and they both work in several different skates. They both feel pretty good in the Fifth Element. They both feel pretty good in the SL, and they both feel pretty good in the M12. So that's cool that those are some really affordable liners that work in other skates too. And I think that's actually about it. So yeah, just a quick recap. Some of the similarities: they're both light, they both have a good thud, they're both very budget friendly, and they are both made by incredible people who care about rollerblading. They're both great companies to support. The differences are, one's more customizable, one is more set it and forget it, one is a little stiffer, one flexes a little better, one has a sole frame and is a little lower to the ground, the other one has a cool juice angle. So yeah, that's kind of just a quick overview of everything, and that is my thoughts on the Tnec versus the standard. That's all the features. So now, my personal opinion, what we've all been waiting for, or at least what I've been working to get to. If I had to pick one to skate forever and I couldn't skate the other one, and this is basically just fit, and it could change if the next runs are different for standard. But if I had to pick one, I would probably skate the Tnec. It just fits my foot better and is a little more comfortable right out of the gate. That being said, once I did some customization things to the standard, it was good too. But if you watch my last video, the sizing issue is kind of weird, and the way that the skates cured after pulled off the mold was a little off-putting. I really hope to see both these companies do well. I really hope to retry standard down the road once they've ironed out some of those issues I've already addressed, and we'll have to see. But as of right now, my favorite is probably going to have to be Tnec between these two. And then I have another video where I'm going to talk about where I declare my absolute favorite skate out of all the skates I have skated so far. And so stay tuned on that. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to get this rollerblade info out to more people, and hopefully we can get more people on skates. Have a good one.